Hello and welcome. Glad to see that you found your way to our Cambridge Springs Heritage Society and Museum. I'm Dale Doctor. I'm the long-term president here at the museum, and this is our place of where we do our business and share our history with the community. A little bit about our society. We established in 1976 by a group of people that were very concerned about our history being lost from the previous 100 years. They formed a society at that point to begin to gather knowledge about our town. In 1997, then, we talked amongst us and we felt that we needed some place to begin to share that history and that heritage with the community. The borough was very gracious to provide us with the space here. We started in one room, as you'll see, which we rapidly outgrew and continued to grow to the point where we now occupy the entire building here. If you want to come on in, we'll show you a little bit more about the building and what all we have available for the community then. Our town's history in our museum focuses more on the history of the mineral water days, starting from about 1859 up through about the 1930s. But our history here in town really goes back to about 1801 when Job Van Coort made his purchase from the Holland Land Company of the 200 acres, which comprised much of what's now Cambridge Springs. A lot of changes took place in those years until Dr. John Gray was prospecting, hopefully to find gold in 1859 on his property on the creek lowlands around the town here. Instead, what he found was an artesian spring that really proved no value other than someplace for the local farmers to stop for a drink until about 1884, when the doctor had his brother-in-law down to Hot Springs, Arkansas for the mineral water treatments there, and discovered that the mineral waters there at Hot Springs were very much like the waters coming from his spring here in town. He began prescribing those, which eventually led to more people coming to town and a need for some place to house these people as they were coming. So a sanitarium was built. It operated fairly unsuccessfully until it was purchased in 1891 to become the Riverside Inn. For that to be followed by as many as 12 total hotels here in Cambridge Springs, 15 mineral springs, and over 30 guest houses, or what we consider today bed and breakfasts. The town grew more quiet in the 19-teens anyways, as automobiles and the Pure Food and Drug Act changed a lot of the history. We chronicle a lot of that throughout the course of the museum here. Our Heritage Society impacts the community, as well as the region in the vicinity here, through quite a few different ways. We provide school tours for the 5th and 8th graders. We do community tours for class reunions of the variety. We do community outreach. We set up at our community Fireman's Festival, as well as we now have a display case and over in the pharmacy that gives us outreach into the community with displays that are changed routinely now. In addition to those, we have our research room. We have genealogy research, we have research on the community, and the opportunity for an individual to sit down and read through the microfilms from the local newspapers from 1900 up until the newspaper ended in the 1980s. In recent years, improvements that we've made to the building here include adding a chairlift to access the 24 steps to the second floor. We've added air conditioning into the building now on the second floor, in addition to a dehumidifier on the first floor to control moisture issues here within the building. We have a new microfilm reader after our old one died to make it easier to access the microfilms here within the museum. We've also added updates to our computers, scanners, and our information technology in those capacities as well. Here within the museum, we start with our upstairs room. That was our first room that we had, in addition with the back room, which we grew into. We have our research room across the hallway here. Downstairs we have rooms honoring our veterans from the military. We have a room chronicling the history from Alliance College, from its years from 1912 to 1987. Farm room, we have our room that is set up by the fire department, including their 1930 Dodge Brothers fire truck. Should you decide to donate to our Heritage Society and Museum, know that your donations will go toward building, maintaining, and preserving that bridge between our past, our present, and into our future.